What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so Ja Morant. Ja Morant's a great player, man. Won't take anything away from him. Young star having another great campaign. 27 points a game, 6.4 rebounds, 7.8 assists per contest. The Grizzlies have a stellar record. I think they're 18-11, I believe. Make sure that's the case. 19-11, excuse me. They're 19-11, so they're on pace to win 50-something ball games. But something that he said in a recent interview with Malika Andrews kind of worries me a little bit about this dude. Now, look, I understand having supreme confidence. And he's young. So, the arrogance of youth is something that you expect. You're brash, you're young, you're cocky, you got your whole career ahead of you, hopefully, your entire life ahead of you. You're like Superman at this point. But she asked him, what team out there, essentially pretty much what she asked him, what team out there poses a threat to you and your team? And he said, the Celtics, right? Of course, the Celtics are in the Eastern Conference, so I'm assuming he believes that they're going to go to the finals. So she said, so no team in the West? She said, and then he said, nah, we good. And look, man, I guess you could interpret it different ways. You could say, hey, man, that's how you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to feel like nobody can beat you. Yeah, you do. But you also, maybe I'm old school, man. Look, man, maybe it's just a new generation and the shit that I was taught as far as sportsmanship or how you supposed to approach the game and your opponents. Maybe this shit is outdated. Maybe it is, antiquated. But in my opinion, you're supposed to be confident. You're supposed to feel like your team, if you're on a championship team, they can beat anybody. But you're also not supposed to look past people, look past opponents, and look into the next round. Show disrespect to your opponent. And basically, to me, that was very disrespectful to any opponent of his in the Western Conference. In particular, teams like the Denver Nuggets, who just beat their ass, the Golden State Warriors. Despite all the troubles that they've had this year, we still got to remember they're the defending NBA champions. And we've seen the Warriors. As much as I think that they don't have a shot, we've seen the Warriors go on these inexplicable fucking runs like they did last year, even though for most of last year they was playing 500 basketball. Then the last 3 weeks of the season, these motherfuckers just ramped it up and went all the way to the finals. So you never really want to totally take them off the table. Then you have the Pelicans, who are without B.I., Brandon Ingram, and they're still a force to be reckoned with. Then you got your other teams that's out there in the Western Conference that, are not probably as heralded, but, you got to watch out for them. They could be an upset in the making. Then, of course, this nigga didn't mention the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, of course, they're going to say that because they just beat the hell out of the Bucks. But, that's just what happens, man. That just happens when you have a young player like this that whatever, man. I don't want to demonize him, man, but I just think that's a dangerous way of thinking. Cause I know what he's thinking too. I know what he's thinking. He's thinking, man, if I didn't get hurt last year, we would have beaten the Warriors. Well, all I'm gonna say is be careful of what you say, bro. Like, you're supposed to be confident. You're supposed to feel like you are the best player in the world. You're supposed to feel like your team is the best. But stay humble, bro. Stay humble, and at the end of the day, don't disrespect your opponent, because that shit can be fuel. That shit can be absolute fuel to motivate. Man, ask Jerry Cooney. And Jerry Cooney had nothing to do with it. Jerry Cooney was supposed to be the great white height. They introduced, if I'm not mistaken, I remember they introduced him last and Larry Holmes first, even though usually the defending champion is introduced last. They showed ultimate disrespect to Larry Holmes, and Larry Holmes proceeded to whoop his motherfucking ass. How many times have we seen teams and fighters or whoever look past a current opponent and thinking about the next round and they get upset? So I'm just saying, bro, that I don't know, man. That kind of, to me, that rubbed me the wrong way with him talking like that. You know what I'm saying? You haven't really achieved anything to be talking like that. You ain't been to no finals. You ain't win no championships. You ain't been to no conference finals. Wait a minute, were they in the conference finals? Wait a minute, let me look that up right quick. They weren't in the Western Conference Finals last year, were they? No. They weren't. They were in the semis. They played that. Dallas was in the conference finals with the Warriors. Now I just remember. So yeah, you ain't been to no finals. You ain't been to no conference finals, bro. Y'all got a long way to go. But you know, y'all a young team, so it's to be expected, man. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. Tell me what you guys